All right, graphing systems of linear equations. What is this? What is the find the solution to the system of equations graph below? It is where the two lines intersect at -1 and 3. Parallel lines have no solution, and coinciding lines or the same lines have infinite number of solutions. Okay? All right, let's go on. Hopefully you're going to pause this and get caught up because we forgot to start the video. All right, I did. What is the solution to the system of equations? Okay, the point or points see, I have problems doing both of these at the same time. This needs to come down. The point or points that make both equations true. Okay. How does the graph show the solution to the system of equations? The graph shows where the lines cross and the point of intersection or if the lines are parallel or coinciding lines. In other words, they live within each other. They coexist, don't they? Okay. Everybody okay?
Sounds good.
Oh, I'm so glad it sounds good. Okay. All right, let's turn the page. Estimating solutions to systems of equations. Okay, we're going to do estimating. So all you're going to do is say, okay, where do these cross? Let's look at that very carefully. Let's estimate. And what do you think that is?
About 1 1/3.
1 1/3. Well, I would look at it this way. It is closer to 1 than 2 for my x value. Okay? And so since my x value, I have a choice of -1 1/3. I know it's not a negative, is it?
No.
Okay. So 4/5 or 2/5, which is closer to 1?
2/5.
2/5. Then I would look at it and say, okay, yes, I agree. It's about a half for the y value, not 7/8. So I choose C. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
And that's how I would choose C. How can you use a graph to estimate the solutions of a system? Okay? It says find the point of intersection and estimate that point using the graph. Okay. Why does real-world context help in understanding the solution to the system? Real-world situations can help determine what would be a reasonable estimate. In other words, if you had a real life problem situation where you were trying to estimate where a skydiver was after 2 minutes, that would help you know that it's not hopefully in the negative numbers, correct?
Yep.
Okay? So make sure when you choose an answer that you say to yourself, is this reasonable for the situation, is what they're saying. Okay? I sure hope the poor guy isn't at the negative numbers. Because that would mean that he's not only hit ground zero, he's pushed that ground down, hasn't he? Okay. All right, let's flip the page. Graphing systems of inequalities. My favorite. Graph the system of linear inequalities. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is graph these. So I am going to go here and I'm going to go to my y-intercept, which is at -4. And I'm going to place my little dot. And then I have a slope of what? 1. And it's positive. So up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, up 1. And I can pretty much, if I had a ruler, I probably wouldn't have to do all those. Now, is this going to be a dotted line or a solid line? It's going to be a dashed or dotted line. So make sure that it doesn't look like a solid line. Okay. Next, I'm going to go to +2, 0 and 2 for my y-intercept, and it says I've got a 1, so same thing.
And it's dotted.
And it is also dotted, so I'm going to come along here. Now, the first one said, I'm going to do all this work down here, okay? The first one said y is greater than x minus 4, didn't it? Okay? This one is y is less than x plus 2. So I have to figure out the solution set. So this is where, since this is my first line, and 0, 0 is inside, I'm going to try 0, 0 to see if that is part of the solution set. So if I plug in the ordered pairs, 0 is greater than 0, okay, minus 4, then 0 is greater than -4. Is that a true statement?
Yes, ma'am.
True statement. So I know that my solution set is going to include everything this way from my line. Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'm going to go and do the same thing over here, and I'm going to use the ordered pair 0, 0. 0 is less than 0 plus 2. 0 is less than 2. Is that correct? So that means now that I know that this one is everything inside of here. Is everything below the line. Okay?
Don't make this complicated.
So my solution to these two inequalities is this area where the intersection of the solutions exists. Does that make sense? Okay? So it says give 2 ordered pairs that are solutions. Well, I just found one, didn't I? 0 and 0. What's another one?
0, 1. 0, 2.
0, 1 would work. I don't like 0 and 2 because that is on the line and that's a dashed line.
What about 2 and 1?
How about 2 and 1 would work?
How about 7 and 7?
There is so many answers, okay, that would be correct.
-7 and -8.
All right. What about give 2 ordered pairs that are not solutions?
How about
7 and 7? 7 and negative 7. Would that work?
No.
7 and negative 7. What's another one?
Negative 7 and positive 7.
That's correct. Negative 7 and positive 7 would not work. 23 and 27, I don't know. I can't see it. It may work.
It probably does.
Okay. What's another tool I could use?
Your brain.
Your calculator.
Calculator.
Okay. All right. So, what is the solution set to the system of linear inequalities? All the points that make both inequalities true. Okay, all the points that make both inequalities true. Where on the graph is the solution set of the system of inequalities? Where the two shaded areas intersect. Okay. All right. We are going to look at our packets and do a few together.
Thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome.
Oh, my God, that's a lot. What questions?
Oh my goodness, such a lot of
I
fun.
did not say about 50.
All right. Now I have to remember which ones I did. All right, let's turn to page 85. Page 85, number 2. Which graph represents the solutions to the system? Well, first thing I have to do is change these to what?
Y equals.
So this one is y equals negative 2x minus 5. Anybody have a problem with that?
Plus 5.
No, it's minus 5.
Oh, y'all are doing number 2. I'm doing number 1.
Okay. This one is y equals x plus 1. So now I need to find the graph that has those two lines. All I'm going to be looking for is y-intercepts. So I need a y-intercept at negative 5. Do I have one here?
No.
So that can't be it. What about here?
No.
Okay. What about here?
No. Yes.
Okay. But do I have a y-intercept at positive 1?
No.
Okay. Negative 5, positive 1. There's my answer. Okay. That was rough, wasn't it?
Okay.
Page 86.
Are we doing 3 through 6?
Hey. Well, I don't know. It depends. I did some with the other class, but if you guys are going to play and sway and dance together, we may not be doing this. Number 6. No, I'm sorry, number 4. I was asked to do number 4, so I will do number 4 with you. It says the graph of y equals negative 3/5 x minus 8 is given below. Graph y equals 2x plus 5. What is the solution to this system?
Oh, man.
Well, if I go to 2x plus 5, I've got 5, and I have a slope of what? 2. So up 2 over 1. I'm going to go down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1, down 2 over, ooh, I'm finally going to touch. And where am I touching?
Negative 5, 5.
Negative 5. Negative 5.
That's what I meant to say. G.
Okay. Now, what's another way I could have done this?
In your calculator.
In my calculator. What would I be looking at in my
The
calculator?
intersection.
Or I could look at the table where the y values were the same. Put the first equation in under y1, the second one under y2, and then go to table. And I believe I already have that here. And if you notice in here, your x value is negative 5. Both your y values are negative 5. So that is one where that is the answer. Okay. All right, let's go to page 89.
What about 87 and 88?
There is no 87.
There is no 87, no 88.
They got me to do number 1 and number 2. Okay. Account A started with $200 and account B started with $300. Janet deposited $15 in account A and $10 in account B each month. So I'm going to do account A and account B. Okay. So account A started with $200 and went up by $15 each month. Well, if you notice down here, these are in 4-month increments. So 4 times 15 is what?
60.
So 260 would be about right there. So 8 times 15 is what?
40. No, hold up. 120.
So now I've got 320. 12 times 160 is what? Or 15. 12 times 15.
180.
So now I'm at 2, 3, almost 400. How about 16 times 15?
240.
So 2, 4, 40. I'm going to do one more time. 20 times 15. So 2 plus that would be 300. So you get the idea of my first line, right? Okay. All right, now I've got another line that started with $300, but only gets $10 every month. So at 4 months, it's $340. At 8 months, it's $380. At 12 months, it's $420. At 16, it's what? $460. And at 20, it's what? $200 more, which puts it right there at the intersection. So in about how many months will the accounts have the same balance? At what?
20.
20 months. Okay. What will be the balance in each account when they are the same? $500. Okay.
$5.
All right, let's turn to page 90. The chart shows the price per pound for nuts. Yeah, you guys. Pecans are $7.50 a pound, walnuts are $7 a pound, peanuts are $8 a pound, almonds are $7.25 a pound. A customer bought 5 pounds of peanuts and almonds for $37.75. Graph the relationship to calculate how many pounds of each nut did the customer buy. Okay, I found it very confusing to try and work out the graph. But they have answers down here. If I buy 2 pounds of peanuts, how much is that? Okay. And 3 pounds of almonds. How much is 3 pounds of almonds?
$21.75.
So how much is 16 plus $21.75? What? How about $37.75? And just to verify that, 3 pounds of peanuts is how much?
What? 24.
All right. And how much is 2 pounds of almonds?
4. Yeah.
So what's 24 plus 14.50? That would be a 38.50, right? So that one doesn't work. 1 pound of peanuts is $8 plus 4 pounds of almonds. How much is 4 pounds of almonds?
About $28.
I didn't say about. I said how much? $29. 8 and 29 is 37. That isn't gonna work. 4 pounds of peanuts is how much? Plus 1 pound of almonds are $7.25. That makes $39.25. So the only one that works is A, and that's how I figured out that answer.
Ooh, this looks like a good one coming up.
I believe I did page 93, number 4. And I think I took off number 6 on page 90. So you can cross off number 6 on page 90. And then I did page 93, number 4. This should be the easiest problem on the page. A system of inequalities is graphed below. Is 0, 0 in the solution set?
No, because 0, 0 is not in the shaded region.
That is correct. So G is your answer.
Wow.
Okay? So I've done 6 out of 18 problems. That only leaves you 12. So quit your little whining.
That means I made at least 33.
Start from the back, working my way up.
All right.
Make sure that Allie's on the right track.
You got to make